Good evening, I'm Stephen Warridge. 3 members of the senior leadership team at the hospital when Lucy Letby carried out her crimes have been arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter, the police have said. The detective in charge says today's development does not impact Lucy Letby's convictions, but it focuses on the action or inaction of individuals concerning the hospital's response to the increased levels of infant fatalities. Our STV News reporter Faye Barker has the latest.
The Countess of Chester Hospital again at the centre of bleak investigations over the deaths of babies in their care. Cheshire Police say yesterday 3 people who were senior leaders here 10 years ago were arrested. In a statement, the force said 3 individuals who were part of the senior leadership team at the Countess of Chester Hospital in 2015 to 2016 were arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. All 3 have subsequently been bailed pending further inquiries.
Hello, Lucy, is it?
Yes.
Hello, my name's...
Former neonatal nurse Lucy Letby is currently serving 15 whole-life orders for the murders of 7 babies and the attempted murders of 7 others. Detectives say the latest arrests don't impact her conviction. One of the doctors who helped catch Letby told ITV News in 2023 he'd repeatedly raised concerns with hospital bosses.
I think throughout this whole process, there have been opportunities for those people who are at the top of the Countess of Chester to be able to put their hands up and admit that they got it wrong.
It was only in March this year that the police investigation into corporate manslaughter was widened to gross negligence manslaughter.
The breach has to be very gross, really severe, basically demonstrating a significant disregard for human life. So an act of carelessness or negligence, simple negligence we call it, isn't sufficient. And within the healthcare arena, it is quite rare because the legal threshold, the bar, is very, very high.
The final report from the inquiry into events at the Countess of Chester Hospital is due to be published early next year. And while that and the police investigations are ongoing, the hospital said today that it would not be appropriate to comment further. Faye Barker, ITV News.
Last week saw the government announce a major climb down on their planned welfare cuts after backbench Labour MPs threatened to block the plans. The Chancellor will now have to find an extra £3 billion to fund the U-turn, with the £5 billion original savings from the plans now only at £2 billion. Plans to tighten the eligibility criteria for PIP will now only apply to future claimants from November 2026, while payments for the health element of universal credit will now rise with inflation for current claimants. However, disability groups and many backbench Labour MPs remain deeply concerned about the impact of the cuts on future recipients, warning of a 2-tier benefits system. The government's own poverty impact assessment released on Monday shows 150,000 people will be pushed into poverty by 2030 as a result of the cuts. And finally, why Prince William's estate is giving some tenants a rental discount. The estate, which provides Prince William and Kate with their income, has pledged to stop and reflect after it emerged the Duchy of Cornwall had to secure rental agreements with public bodies worth millions of pounds. The estate said it would now prioritise becoming a landlord with social impact following recent damaging disclosures in a TV documentary. The Prince of Wales received £22.9 million from the Duchy of Cornwall last year for the official running of his household and the private needs of his family. Earlier this year, Channel 4's dispatches revealed that the estate charged rent to small charities as well as government departments including the Ministries of Defence and Justice. Under the new rental agreement, rent for grassroots community groups will be waived, and the local charity groups who directly rent space from the Duchy will receive a 50% discount. But the Royal Navy will still be charged to moor its ships on Duchy waterways, and rent will also still be collected from Dartmoor Prison for being on its land. And that is it for now. You can join me with the News at 10 team at 10 o'clock tonight with the News at 10 for a full depth analysis of today's news. But from all of us here on the Evening News team, Goodbye, and thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye bye.